And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Meditational Satsang. For those of you who are new, I am Nenari, Princess of the Sea, and I do this every Tuesday evening. And our Wednesday evening beautiful goddess angel is on with us this evening as well, Lady Di, and she does our meditations for our ascension on Wednesday evenings. And I think Jennifer's doing it now on Mondays, if I remember right. Blush. And Amaya's doing it also on Thursdays. So we've got a full schedule here. So the way our meditational satsangs work, just to give you a bit of background, is we hold this space, this resonance in the utmost unconditional love and unconditional acceptance completely for where you are on the journey, free from judgment. And we have compassion in allowing you to pour forth your heart and share what it is that you feel comfortable and safe in sharing, knowing that this is a sacred and safe resonance. And please excuse me a moment. I have a chipmunk that just came across my door here saying hello. And so just to know that you can feel free to share whatever you feel called to, and knowing that this is held in the utmost unconditional love and unconditional acceptance for where you are on the journey, and we are free from judging you. And the way the evening works is I usually pour through something that Source or Spirit, Master Artist, has given me in channel for a specific topic. Then we will go into a meditation, and then after that we open it up to the discourse or the discussion portion of the evening, where you can share your experience of the meditation or any spiritual questions you may have, or anything that you wish to share. Exactly, a chip off the old block. Yeah, totally, eh? It just came running across the other way. Love the chipmunk energy. So, what we've got going on for this evening is that what came to me was from several sources. I had a woman who's a friend of mine here locally respond to something that I posted on my Facebook wall yesterday, I think it was, late last night, and actually early this morning, technically. And she responded about how what my post had to do with our lake here is getting ready to be voted the best place here in Canada. And so I had posted it and said how much I love our home, and that I totally agree it should be such. And Shad knows very well that it should be for other reasons, because the spiritual vortex energy that's there, and in particular, which is right up the hill from where I live here. And so she had posted a comment kind of on the what we would call from an earthly standpoint negative side, kind of downplaying, stating things about how, cars are causing pollution and about this and that and the environment and the water's bad and this and that and what have you, when actually the water is rather good. But so my response to her was actually in more of an embracing essence. In the sense of, I said to her, yeah, you could look at all of these different things, and, it's not that I'm sticking my head in the sand and not looking at them, but I see those things. I acknowledge that, these are part of the issue, that people feel are problems. But then I choose to shift my focus instead to focusing on what is really beautiful about our home here, and what I love about our home, and focusing on that rather than, continuously focusing on the negative. So then there was this gentleman who posted out on a Facebook group that I'm on about being depressed and how you can handle depression. And there was a gentleman that he was answering a question for that had said that, it's really depressing when you're talking about trying to get the word out about things like police brutality and this and that, and people aren't listening to you. People aren't waking up. And I sat there with it, and I was going, and I've said this before in my articles, and we've talked about it briefly in Satsang, and it was kind of that and a couple of other things that were going on today that had me be inspired, and I wrote this in response to that video. And this is what I wrote, so I'm going to read it to you. I wrote this: every day mass media bombards us and programs us with what is wrong or bad in the world, i.e. reality TV, which promotes being cruel to one another, news that reflects war, hate, violence, and buy the newest gadget while you're at it, people who continuously post on Facebook or other social media about police brutality and etc. are doing nothing more than what the mass media does. And that means that they have trained you well, so that now they don't have to do it as much. They have you to do it for them. To post such things once in a while is a good thing, because it brings awareness to everyone, and awareness is good. Repeatedly doing so, though, is programming people. And then you wonder why you and other people get depressed. Look at the energy that you're projecting out there, dear ones. People get tired of being bombarded with what's wrong in the world all the time. People get enough of that from the media. Why do we need to, see it on social media, such as Facebook and YouTube and whatnot? People want to be uplifted, moved, and inspired with what is right in the world. And solutions as in S-O-U-L, solutions from the soul that can change what is currently going on. I would invite you all to YouTube something called Life Fest, which I have the link here. This is what I had just written, and I said, you are here for a reason. So we're calling this Meditational Satsang of you are here for a reason. And be that and give that to the world rather than focusing on police brutality. And then I also invited them to Google what the Ubuntu tribe does, which is the basis for our Sacred Path, Sacred Union group on Facebook, which is also the basis for our gatherings here, in Satsang, and then also what we do here locally. And for those of you who have not seen the You Are Here for a Reason, I'm actually going to play it for everyone in just a few moments, because I feel it's really important, and I will give you the link. But I want to read what is on our Facebook page for the Sacred Path Sacred Union group and of the Ubuntu tribe, and also the Bamembe, I think it is, tribe, of what they do. And I have this in a video on YouTube as well. I call it the Lie, or the Love Intention Experiment. And it says this: when a woman in the Ubuntu tribe, African tribe, knows she's pregnant, she goes into the jungle with the other women, and together they pray and meditate until you get the song of the child. When a child is born, the community gets together and they sing the child's song. When the child begins his education, people get together and they sing his song. When they finally become an adult, they get together and again sing it. And when it comes to your wedding, the person hears his song. Finally, when their soul is going from this world, friends and family are approaching and, like with the birth, sing their song to accompany the soul on the journey. In the Ubuntu tribe, there is another occasion when men sing this song. If at some point the person commits a crime or aberrant social act, they take him into the center of town, and the people of the community form a circle around him or her. They sing then your song. The tribe recognizes that the correction for antisocial behavior is not punishment, but is the love and memory of his true identity. When we recognize our own song, we have no desire to hurt anyone. Your friends know your song and sing it when you forget it. Those who love you cannot be fooled by mistakes you have committed or dark images you show to others. They remember your beauty as you feel ugly, your total as you feel broke, your innocence when you feel guilty, and your purpose when you are confused. And so the Bamembe tribe also has a similar thing, and so I wanted to read that because I thought it was very important that rather than us constantly bombarding social media with things of that nature, yeah, it's great, we need to put it out there that, people are suffering and people are hurting, and we want to acknowledge that, and we want to acknowledge the things that, are quote unquote bad or wrong with this world. But we want to do so in a space of awareness to where we actually are being the solution. And that solution is giving one another. So our meditation tonight is going to be you are here for a reason. Because what we're going to do after we watch the video is we're going to go into a meditation in which we visualize this, of giving this way in a full circle, so that we put that energy of love and givingness out to the world, as opposed to the energy of, okay, what's wrong with the world all the time. So that there is the link, and I'm going to go ahead and play it so that you all can watch this. If you haven't seen it, it's very powerful. Oh, do I have? Oh, maybe I have the incorrect link. Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. I think I got the wrong link. 1 second. I grabbed the wrong link. Forgive me here for 1 second. I thought I had the correct link. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, now we have the right link. Okay, the link is there. And now we can watch it. Here.
Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, and I pray, don't take me soon, cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
totally awesome, eh? Absolutely. I can still to this day not watch that video without tearing up because it's just so it hits me to the core because it's totally who I am and totally, you know, what and who we all are. It's just, yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And isn't that so much better than bashing each other on the internet or, you know, putting out there about police brutality and whatnot, you know? Did you watched it literally 2 days ago? Yeah, absolutely. Go figure, eh? It's absolutely wonderful. How cool is that? Yeah, exactly. Or Miley. Yeah, supposedly. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have no freaking clue about the whole Miley thing. I saw one post something about Miley, but I deleted it. I didn't even pay attention to it. I don't even know what it is, and I don't want to know. I don't care. Sorry, and I'm not saying that out of, you know, being mean or anything of that nature. It's just that our society as a whole is being so indoctrinated into, you know, like I said, you know, in writing of, you know, about that comment that I put on, that actually was 3 separate comments I had to do, or 4 separate comments I had to do on YouTube, because they only allow you a certain amount of characters. But that's why I put that, you know, it's like, okay, buy the latest gadget or talk about what, you know, this person's doing, Miley Cyrus, and you know, whatnot. It's like, you know, I'm sorry, no offense, but who the cares? You know, really, it just, is that what we're really here for? No. And honestly, things like the Miley Cyruses, the police brutality, even the Illuminati stuff, some of it. And I love David Icke, okay, but you know, even some of that stuff and what have you, yes, it's great to be aware, but at the same time, and he's even in his most recent videos, you know, has said, you know, get off your knees, people. Stop talking about, you know, this kind of stuff, bashing each other and hurting each other, and reality TV this and whatnot. And, you know, it's time for us to come together and love each other, because the thing is nothing but a distraction. Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Syria, the whole Syria thing, you know, that's what it is. It's distraction and misdirection. It's distraction and misdirection from who you really are. And who we really are is that video that I just played. You are here for a reason. And that's who we really are. And they want us to be distracted. They want, you know, and I'm not saying they as an us versus them thing, but the role that they are playing, and they play it very well, is to distract us. They want us to delve into chemtrails, and they want us to delve into, you know, government this and government that, and to go protest this and protest that, and police brutality and all that. They want you to do that because they want to distract you deliberately from being who you really are. And so when you come into, exactly, when you are awake, I was going to say, when you come into being awake, when you really awaken, that's what the awakening is really about. See, everybody has this misconception out there. The awakening is to wake up to the fact that the Illuminati is doing this and Illuminati is doing that and what have you. And yeah, okay, that can be one layer of the awakening, but that's not the true awakening. The true awakening really comes when you realize that video that we just all watched. You are here for a reason, and you be that, and you live that, and you be that in compassion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come into a meditative place now, and we're going to do 2 things in this meditation. One, we're going to inactivate, because as we know, our brain synapses and our physical eyes and our physical senses cannot tell the difference between what we're imagining and what we are actually seeing in our physical world, because they're one and the same. So we're going to imagine a scenario where we are giving like that, like we just saw in that video, and watching it come full circle in our life in abundance in all ways, prosperity in all ways, and how it helps other people and watching other people. We're going to observe this in meditation. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to take someone. It could be anyone. It could be the people who are the Illuminati. It could be someone personal in your own life. It could be someone that you know who's hurting. we're going to take them and hold them in love, and we're going to do the lie or the love intention experiment with them of the Ubuntu tribe. And instead of berating this person and being upset with them or that, all of them, what have you, we're going to hold them in a place of love and uplift them. And we're going to give them the gift of love in remembering whatever good deeds that they've done. And if you don't know, like for instance, if you're going to hold the Illuminati, let's say, someone in the Illuminati as your object of attention and affection and love, and you don't know what good things that, Margaret Thatcher's done or something of that nature, right? Imagine it. Imagine what good things, because everyone's done good things. Okay, none of us are so purely evil at heart that we've never done a good thing. So if you can't, if you don't physically know what someone's done to help you personally or, what they've done in their lives or whatever, imagine it. And then pour them with that love. So that's what we're going to do. And you got chills, you need just saying that. So that's good, confirmation, eh? So I'm going to invite you now all to close your eyes and turn your focus within. And just focus on your breath for a few moments. Taking some nice, slow, deep breaths in. We call that Buddha belly breath, that diaphragmatic breath. Just focus on your breathing as you come into a relaxed resonance, feeling all the tension leaving your body and being, just simply feeling relaxed. Feel into your heart center, whatever that feels like for you. Feel the warmth, glow of love that emanates from your heart center. You may see it as a golden ray of light, rainbow energy, with a golden aura around it, surrounding you, keeping you calm and centered. And as you're noticing this golden light of rainbow love, take a moment to start visualizing you someplace, perhaps out in the city, out among people. And imagine that you have a package in your hand. Imagine what's in this package is the most important gift that you will ever give to someone. It could be anything. Just imagine what that gift would be. As you're walking down the street in your town or wherever you are, notice the people that are there. As they're walking past you, smile at them. Perhaps there's one who's grumpy. Smile at them even more. Maybe say hello. Notice that there's a person, woman or a man, that is sitting by the side of wherever you are on the road. He or she feels lonely. You can just tell it. They don't have to say it. They just know. But they are, and you can feel it. And with that love of your golden light in your heart chakra, and this gift that you've chosen, visualize giving it to this person. Perhaps they have a hard time receiving it, insisting that they couldn't possibly receive it. Gently and kindly insist as your tithe and gift of love. Notice the smile on this person's face, their gratitude to you. And as you continue now, walking down this road, wherever you are, see another gift come into your hands. And also notice, as you're getting ready to see the next person you will give the gift to, first person that you gifted, notice out of your peripheral vision, corner of your eye, they are now giving a gift to someone. This next gift you are going to give the gift of a hug. Keep walking in your town, in your place, wherever you are down the road, smiling at the people, saying hello, giving that gift of love. And notice there is an elderly gentleman not too far from you. Simply walk up to him and ask him, may I give you a hug? Notice his smile. Feel his embrace as you embrace him. Feel how good it feels to connect heart to heart, soul to soul. Feeling your heart chakra light up even more as you're embracing him. That golden light, that rainbow light, expanding even further out as you continue to embrace him. Now as you continue to embrace him, you sense and notice that he is crying. Just be there for him. You don't need to know what's wrong or why he's crying. Just hold him in compassion and love, knowing the gift of the hug you are giving him is healing him and healing you. And as you release the embrace, he thanks you. And you thank him. As you have a smile in your heart, you continue to walk down this road, this path. Seeing all the people, smiling at them, with them. Noticing out of the corner of your eye that the elderly gentleman that you just hugged is now giving a little boy on a bicycle some money. Go get some ice cream. And as you continue to walk, you have one more gift to give. You notice an older man sitting on a bench not too far from where you are. Walk over to the bench, sit beside him. Just take his hands, hold his hands, and just gaze into his eyes. Allow him to gaze into yours. As you're gazing into his eyes, say to him, I just saw you. I wanted to let you know how beautiful and amazing you are. Thank you for your presence on this planet. Thank you for blessing me and all you touch. Just be with him for a moment. Gazing into his eyes with love and appreciation for the beautiful soul he is. And he says to you, how can I be beautiful? Just a homeless man. I do nothing. Give him the gift of love in this moment. Tell him that his presence is enough, that he is enough. Thank Him. Reach into your pocket or your purse. You'll find something, a little treasure, a little trinket, whatever you choose. Place it in His hand. Close His hand. And leave the bench. Noticing the smile on His face, the warmth and love. Now, as you continue to walk down this road, down this path, notice there's a park nearby. Walk over to it. Take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass, feeling yourself into Mother Earth. As you feel yourself into Mother Earth and breathe into the smell of the trees and the rustling of the leaves, notice sitting on a swing, not too far from where you're standing. There is someone who has been lashing out. Perhaps it's someone in your own life that you've been struggling with. Perhaps it's someone you know who is hurting. Whoever it is that has been lashing out, doing horrible things. See them sitting on this swing, feeling very alone. Walk over to him or her. Sit down on the swing beside them. Say hello. And say to them, I want to let you know just how amazing you really are. Beautiful you are. Start sharing with them everything that he or she did is good in the world. How they've helped you, how they've helped humanity. They've been a beacon and light for the world. Remember all the good things and the good times. Share that with them. Perhaps share a funny story too. Something that made them laugh, that made you laugh that they did. Pour them with love. Sharing with them who they really are. beauty and the joy of who they really are. Watch as their face starts to light up. You share this with them. That lonely frown, now face lit up. Just keep sharing all the good things that you love about them, all the good things they've done in their life. Also knowing that the good things that they've done and the good things that they are is you. You are this too. Notice how happy, beautiful, lit up both of your heart chakras are. Heart centers, this golden rainbow ray of light, emanating outward as you laugh and play and talk together now, and start swinging even. Enjoying the swings together, the childlike awe and wonder. The total bliss. Swinging in joy and love, laughing and playing, this childlike essence. Lightness in your heart, literally and figuratively within. Notice now that you're swinging so high, that you're so high on life. You both jump off from the swings without a care and land in the grass, rolling in laughter. And as you both get up, fused with this love, embrace one another. As you embrace, notice the light, the golden rainbow light from both of your heart chakras, your heart centers merging as one and filling the whole city, the whole town, branching out further to all of the world with love. We now give this love, this joy, this bliss, this compassion to each and every soul on the planet and on the cosmos. Feeling this being that you are holding now, merging into your heart chakra fully. They are you as you are them. With your feet grounded into Mother Earth and connected to Father Sky. Give yourself a nice deep breath. Start to feel yourself coming back here more into the room. Feeling that sense of joy and love and peace. Knowing the park of wonder is within. When you're ready to come back, simply just open your eyes and stretch in the love. blossoming within you. Give yourself a hug. Feels so good. Wow. Was that powerful energy or what? Welcome back, everyone. Back into the bliss. Back into the love of who you are. Mandolin says, so beautiful. Absolutely. I agree. So beautiful indeed. Welcome back now as everyone's coming back, and we are opening to the Satsang discourse portion of the evening, so you can feel free to share. Lady Di says, yep, I'm staying there. I love it. Beautiful. Yes, totally staying there. Totally there, eh? I see the lights all around me. Lights are spirit. Absolutely. Totally, Lady Di. Thomas says, a lot of past memories emerged. Not so good. Not all so good. Awesome journey. That's okay. Exactly. It's willing to embrace, and that was one of the things that I said to this beloved friend who had commented on my post about our lake here being, she had mentioned something about, the negative part and the not so good. And so I said to her, I said, it's embracing all of that. So you can embrace that, Thomas. Even though it's perceived as a not so good thing. I have many things in my life that would be perceived as not so good. I've experienced childhood physical abuse. I was raped at the age of 15. I experienced financial and emotional abuse and a bunch of other things in my life that I've come to see them as the gifts that they are. So in the not so good, the good can be seen. So there's always a gift there, even in what we consider as the not so good. So yeah, awesome journey indeed. And it's good that those things came up so that you can start to delve deeper into them for the blessings that they are now and see the gift, coming into forgiveness. That's what Source has given to me is forgiveness really is. It's forgiving, giving thanks for, giving thanks for the gift, because even in the most horrendous situations, there is a gift there, if we but see it. And for me, those gifts of all of those, what we call earthly abuses, the gifts in them, for me, I wouldn't be who I am right now if it weren't for all of those things happening. I wouldn't have the strength that I do. I wouldn't have the courage that I do, the compassion that I do, the empathy that I do for those who have gone through similar things and for other things if it weren't for the experiences that I had. So that's one of the biggest gifts. I mean, there are others, many others gifts that came along with those things, but that's just one of the gifts. So, Mandolin said, I had a healing experience with an ex. Definitely needed to let that go. Awesome. Fantastic. Beautiful. Well, it's interesting because I had something happen just, and I don't think he'll mind me saying this, with someone who I hold dear to my heart who's been in my life recently in the last couple of months. And he actually was in Texas where you do, Thomas. And he had said some things the other day on a group that we're on that, I took in within me. It hurt me a bit. But I saw it for what it was. Again, I saw it for the gift that it was. And I was able to let it go. He's not an ex, obviously. He's someone new in my life that I love very dearly. And yet at the same time, he had messaged me on that group publicly and said, because I mentioned him on the air when I was on the air this past Sunday. And I mentioned him, and I said to him, I hope you don't mind that I mentioned you on the air. And he said, no, actually, I was very happy and honored. I thought you were mad at me. And so I explained to him that, very rarely do I ever get angry in my life anymore. Such a stark contrast from who I used to be, where I used to hold on to grudges back in what I call my ego days, where I'd hold on to things and could ask my ex, my former husband. I was very good at that. I would remember things, that he had done years before, and I can't believe you still said that to me, and I used to be really, really bad at ego. So let all of that go, years and years ago, and so I rarely, if ever, and Shad, you know me, Shadrach, those who know me personally, physically, as I said, on the air, I think it was, or on my most recent video, who I am on camera here with you guys is who I am in real life, and Shadrach very much knows, I hardly ever get angry at all, and so I explained to him, no, I'm not angry with him, I was a bit hurt by what he said, yes, but I took it within me, felt it through, released it, let it go, and that was that, and that was in all of a matter of a couple of hours. I certainly didn't hold on to it. So, that's really good, Mandolin, that you were able to release that and let that go. Yeah, because and it's interesting because that's and it's a subject for a video that I'm getting ready to do. Actually, I'm hoping to do that in the next couple of days. Things have been crazy the last couple of days, but one of the things that and it's been something that I'm working on diligently with someone who's recently come back into my life, which we started talking about before satsang began. And, also with my twin soul, my twin soul holds on to a bunch of stuff, and it's what keeps him and I from being able to physically be together. And, oftentimes that's what happens in our relationships. We hold on to those things so tightly rather than letting them go and being in that now moment of being able to, be in someone's presence without allowing that, to be influenced. And so I honor you, Mandolin, for letting that go with your former relationship there. And because, why do you want to carry it around? And Thomas said agreed, exactly. And actually, Shadrach, I've thought about doing this for our meditational satsangs. It came up on the air on Sunday night, so I will share it with you all here. It's something that I used to do when I was doing the meditational satsangs years ago, is we would gather and I would buy potatoes. And I would either cut them, depending on the size group that we had, I'd either cut them into pieces, or if they were small or what have you, small potatoes or what have you, and I'd ask everyone to bring a sack. And for everything that they were holding on to, judgments that they were holding on to, anger that they were holding on to, resentment, bad situations with people and situations in their life and whatever, they had to choose a piece of a potato or a potato. And then they had to carry that bag around with them for 3 weeks. Everywhere. And I do mean everywhere, and that was the requirement. And it didn't matter. If you had to go to the washroom, it went with you to the washroom. If you worked, you took it to work. If you slept, you took it with you to bed. It didn't matter where you were, it went with you. And after about 3 weeks, it tends to be pretty smelly, and it tends to leak and get pretty gross. And then we rejoined and brought all of our sacks back and into satsang, and let me tell you, it reeks. Okay, it really reeks. And I had one gentleman when I did this one time. His name was Dave, and he was very angry with me. And he looked at me and he said, "Nenari, I can't understand what the bleep." Like, what the bleep do we know? He said, "I don't understand. What the bleep? Why did you have us do this?" And I looked at him and I said, "Dave," I said, "for the exact reason of what way you just acted. That's all of this stuff. Do you realize that that sack of potatoes that's sitting right there is all the crap that you hold on to, and it reeks in your aura, and you carry it around on your being with you all the time, and people can sense it and feel it. And then they get to the point where they don't want to be around you because you reek so bad, just like those smelly potatoes." And when I said that to him, he just looked at me and he literally broke down. He broke down and sobbed, and he was just like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe, you are so right." And for me, it wasn't about self-righteousness of being right, but I understood and what he meant by the fact of saying that I was right. And that night he released it. And what we do with the potatoes afterwards is we do a healing ceremony where we bury it into the earth, and from it, new blossoms will come and new potatoes will come. And so new growth comes from releasing, right? And so it's very symbolic. So, releasing and letting go of things that no longer serve you is very powerful. And so I honor you for doing that, Magdalene. And as you said, exactly, with the heart. Shell says, saw gold and white dots, circles during my embrace with the person of sadness, during my stroll down the street, feeling very relaxed. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad. The gold and white dots of the circles, interesting. Do you have any idea what you feel that means to you? Because if you don't, I was receiving a message about that as to what was coming through, and I can share that with you if you would like. Because the gold and white dots are often dots can be orbs, so they could have been orbs that were with you of spirit energy, but the colors themselves, gold. And that's why we did the golden light in the heart center, the heart chakra tonight with the rainbow, that's the powerful energy of Lord Katumi. And I just did a YouTube video on this, the meditation and some wisdom about Lord Katumi. And Lord Katumi is the world teacher, the world consciousness. And that consciousness has to do with the light of love, of unconditional love. And so the gold color would have to do with that. And then the white color is often associated with purity and with, the essence of all that is. Okay, and the white light, basically, of source energy. So you have those two mixed, which is very powerful, and that's awesome. Even though, they were, probably separate dots. That's awesome. Thomas says, I saw a wave of gold that parted the Red Sea and extended my love throughout the world. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. That's amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome energy. So yeah, even parting the Red Sea, that's beautiful because that's very symbolic, and that's the other thing that's, come to me again recently, and Abraham Hicks talks about it as well as I've talked about it many, many times, having to do with, Moses, the Red Sea, Jesus, and whatnot. With that energy, Jesus, that's how he healed the sick. He held the essence of who we really are, which is what the whole "you are here for a reason" is all about, right? For this satsang tonight. When someone who came to him was sick, or blind, he acknowledged the fact that, okay, this person is seeing themselves, perceiving themselves as blind or perceiving themselves as sick, but he himself did not see them as that. He saw them as completely healed, completely full in their white light, golden light, right? The wave of gold that you're talking about, Thomas. And parting that Red Sea and giving your love extending your love throughout the world is amazing, because that's what Jesus did, and that's what Moses did in freeing his people by parting the Red Sea, right? Through doing that is that essence of what we call now, from an earthly standpoint, is right seeing. It's right perception, is holding that person for who they really are, for the soul essence of who they really are. So regardless, and it goes to, the whole lie, the love intention experiment of, seeing someone for who they are beyond the circumstances and situations of them lashing out or, being angry or being mean or hurting you or, hurting someone else that you love. And that's what I did the video on YouTube about with the love intention experiment, is visualizing, those who we see as the Illuminati or what have you, the quote unquote bad people, as not really bad people, because they're not. They're just like you and I. They're going through the same things, they're subjected to the same things that we are. Those people who are doing the chemtrails, the Illuminati, they're exposed to whatever chemicals too, right? So it's turning it around and right seeing and rising above, as Jesus did. That's what the resurrection is really all about, right? The crucifixion itself, and I'm not doing a whole bunch of Bible things here, but it's you mentioned the Red Sea and so Moses and whatnot and everything else is kind of tied into it. The crucifixion of Jesus is really a metaphor and a symbology for how we crucify each other, how we go about hurting each other. And so the resurrection, if you will, is, when he rises above that, and that's how he did his healing of, he said, take thee bed up and walk, for those who were ill, who perceived themselves as ill, because he didn't see them as ill. He saw them as who they really are, as the soul essence. And so parting the Red Sea there is, the gift of freedom and giving that freedom and love to the world. And so it's very symbolic of that. And so I honor you for that, Thomas. That's quite beautiful. And, there's that moment, just before Jesus is arrested, or where he is at, how do you pronounce it? At Gethsemane. I can never say it. Gethsemane. Gethsemane, I think is how you say it. And he's praying to, God. He's saying, Father, thy will be done. Whatever is to be is to be. And so when you surrender, in that place, you are able to then rise above in the resurrection after being crucified, shedding that no longer serves you, right? And seeing with right seeing as to who you really are. And so Thomas said, you have an awesome white light coming through your window. Yeah, actually I do. That's true. I didn't think about that. Yes, I do. I do. Very cool. Yes, the white light of love is definitely with us here, shining through the window. Absolutely. And it's in the light of love we are one. Exactly. In the light of love we are one, and in the light of love we are whole. Yep. My song. Yes, your song. Our song, all of our songs, and so that's what Jesus did. He sang our song to us like the Ubuntu tribe. When we were not feeling ourselves as worthy of that love and of who we really are, he reminded us of who we are, and so did Moses in parting the sea. So that's beautiful. Mandolin said, Lady Di said, chills. Shell said, wait a minute, Shell said, my son just sent me, I love you in a text. Aww, that's awesome. That's awesome, Shell. And Lady Di said chills and awe as well. Mandolin says, thank you so much. This is so great. I love being able to come together like this. Thank you. Oh, you are so welcome. I love that we can come together like this as well, because, we have power in numbers in that sense. It's the power of love, the light of love. And, in recording this too, it will be launched on YouTube later, and so everybody can experience this too and be in that sacred space and resonance of the light of love, free from judgment, and coming together, even on archive, the energy is still felt. And so it's still here, always here in this now moment. Shell says, the love is here, and he is in the room. He is in his room. He is flowing. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, totally. He's here with us. Absolutely. Even those who couldn't join us this evening are still with us here in spirit. I feel their spirits here. Absolutely. Very sweet, Shell, Melissa said. Good vibrations. Absolutely. Totally. So true. Wow. Absolutely. Thomas says, we are protected by the Legion of Angels during this time, protecting our group. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yes, the angels that know about us are definitely here, and they are protecting us. And it's interesting because I just did a love shop about this, about talking about protection and whatnot. And when you are in this light of love with the angels and with source energy itself flowing through you, protection takes on a different meaning. It's not that you're being protected from something, like you fear something, and so you got to put this blanket of protection around you, to keep whatever is evil out, kind of thing. That's not that type of protection. It's a loving essence. It's a loving presence of the light of love that just encirculates you and encirculates everyone. And you just feel so filled with source energy that, nothing else but that can be in your presence. And so, protection takes on a whole new meaning then when you say that. So, yes, we are definitely protected by the angels during this time. The Legion of Angels, absolutely. And Source itself is here, and I can feel the presence very, very strongly. And it's interesting because, anytime, anywhere I go, and I just had this happen, and Shadrach was there too when we were at the pyramid last Tuesday, which is why we didn't have Satsang here last Tuesday evening, because I was called to be at the pyramid at Summerhill, and we did full moon gathering there. There was a woman who came up. We had a hug fest, and to start off our meditation. And in the hug fest, there was a woman who came up to me and she hugged me. And as she was embracing me, she said, I saw and felt your light of love all the way from the other side of the pyramid, and I just wanted to let you know that. And so I was very humbly and graciously accepting in her gift of being able to see me, and I seeing her, and that's what happens when you step into that right seeing. You see people for who they really are, and they you, and it's totally beautiful. And we have that here, in our weekly gatherings here, and when we do them here online, we have them when we do them here locally, and it's just really beautiful. And as Melissa says, love conquers all, smiley face. I agree. Love does conquer all. Shell says, I am a crying baby, tears are flowing, tears of joy. Oh, that's beautiful. I shed those tears with you. Awesome. Big smile from Lady Di, and a heart from Mandolin, and Thomas says, oh, the waves of goosebumps. Yeah, you know what? I just, as you started to read that, I started getting that too. So there you go. Yes, very nice, very beautiful. And, that's the whole point of this, is that now we can take this out into our everyday lives and be this in each moment, as I'm always this in each moment. And, those people who, if you have any people who are in your life who are the opposite of this, you can help guide them into right seeing and being that right seeing to help uplift them and inspire them and move them. And if they are unwilling, because healing only comes, you said love conquers all, and I agree with you totally, Melissa. There is one thing I will say about that, though. Love conquers all when we each choose it. So if someone is choosing to be free from being healed, or choosing to be free from seeing someone in that right seeing, like, for instance, to give the example, my twin soul daily would barrage me and attempted to when I reconnected with him recently, which is why I stopped connecting with him, is, he would continually barrage me daily with saying that I'm delusional and put me down and things of that nature. If someone is continuously still doing that, even when you uplift and move and inspire them, then it's time to take a look at that and, shift that out of your life in a place of love, and just simply say to them, until you're willing to come to me in that same place of the light of love that I am, it's time to part ways. And, just doing so in a loving, way. Love can only heal, and love can only conquer all when we choose it. And if someone is free from choosing it, and they choose to still be in that resonance of fear and anger and lashing out at you, then there's nothing more that you can do. You can keep being in right seeing and seeing them for who they really are, and seeing the soul of who they really are, just like I do. I see my twin soul is a beautiful soul. He is an amazing man and an amazing soul, and I still see him as that. But that doesn't mean that you need to tolerate someone's behavior like that towards you either, though. And so it's, important that we understand that the love conquers all when we each choose it. And so Mandolin says, good night, loves. Until next time, hugs. Absolutely. Good night and love to you too. Big hugs. Totally. Thomas says, if George messes up again, I'm available. Oh, well, okay. Actually, I'm not getting involved with him in a relationship. I will tell you that, with George, that is. And currently, I am available. So if you want to message me, go ahead. You can message me off Facebook, or you can message me at my email address, Nenari, Nenari, at diamondlady.net, and we can talk. I'm totally open, to whoever's meant to come into my life. So it's all good. Michelle is nodding, and Shadrach is saying good night. Hugs to all. Absolutely. Big group hug, you guys. Ooh, totally. Love, 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 love all of you, and thank you for joining me on here this evening, as we do every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. East Coast time, and around the globe, because we do have many here from around the globe here as well tonight. There's some people who are here that didn't chat, and that's okay. You were just listening in, and that's all right too. We welcome you and we honor you for being here, and thank you for being here. And we'll be here again next Tuesday evening, same bat time, same bat channel, to share the love. And love you all very much, and thank you again for being here. And Shell's saying good night. Thank you, Melissa, for the invite. Yes, thank you for bringing her on. Thank you, thank you. Thomas says you are awesome. Loves and hugs. Absolutely. Melissa says love to all. Stay blessed till next week. Absolutely. Infinite love and light to all of you. I love you. I appreciate you. I honor you. Upliftment and beauty and joy be yours always in each moment, for this is who you are. Espavo. Good night, all.